Morning. I am sitting at an office building in the parking lot, in my work truck in Lake Mary, Florida, waiting for a city inspector to show up. It's a job we did. Some guys from the company did a while back, so they called me out to wait for the city inspector to show up for an inspection. So as a low voltage electrician, sometimes that's what we do. We just wait for city inspectors to show up, but part of the job. And I'm just sitting here sort of watching all these people pull up and come into work. It's about 8 a.m. And I'm just thinking to myself, what do all these people do in this building? There's, I don't know, dozens of people that I've seen park and go in. You know, everybody's driving a small car or a small SUV, gas saving Teslas and Toyotas. And there is a lot of men. There's probably 3-to-1 men to women. And they're just walking into an office building. And there's several office buildings like this in this industrial park here. And I don't know, my thoughts just kind of wander to, what are men doing? What do men do with their lives? Is there that many men that are like working in an office building? I just, I don't know. It just makes me wonder what is the future of men. It just seems like with the lack of I don't know how to say it, manly men, you know what I mean? Like toxic masculinity that they call it. I mean, to me, toxic masculinity is just masculinity. That's just, men are just masculine. And we're toxic until, we grow out of being toxic. It's masculinity is the true meaning of manhood. We're just masculine. But I'm just seeing a lot less masculine men walk into this building. That's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm almost 50 years old. I feel like I don't know. I just feel like I'm a dying breed out here, Like men just want to go sit in a fucking office building at a computer and rub calluses on their fingertips all day. I don't get it, man. I could not do that. I tried to work in an office for a couple of months and I went absolutely insane. I wanted to murder everyone. I mean, it's just not for me. I've been an outdoor field guy for years, and it's just in my blood. It's in my attitude. It's in my thoughts and ideas. It's everything I do. I want to put my hands on stuff and repair stuff and fix stuff and install stuff and make things work. I guess with the computer age and, everything is computer generated and computer solved, and I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I want to get out and do things that aren't in an office building. I mean, yes, manual labor is, manual. You got to do some work. And I don't know, do men think that that's somehow demeaning to do manual labor? Because to me, it's demeaning to walk into an office building that's owned by a millionaire or a billionaire and sit there and waste away doing mostly meaningless work as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure some of this work is meaningful, but there's more people pulling in. I mean, dozens of people work in this building. What are they doing in this building? Are they crunching numbers? Why do we need this many people in an office building? I don't know. So anyway, just rants and thoughts I've had. I don't even know where I'm going to post this, if I'm going to post it on YouTube or what, but to me, weird things are happening. Like the US doesn't produce anything. We haven't produced anything for a number of years. So we're kind of we're kind of behind the eight ball here. Like China has kind of got us by the balls, right? Because they've been producing everything for so long. I just watched a little video that I found on YouTube the other day that was a CF Moto manufacturing plant in China. It is absolutely huge. And 40% of their product goes to the US. I mean, why couldn't the US build something like that and produce something like that? Like, I heard bridges are taking longer to build because we don't know how to build anything. I mean, road construction always takes forever. I'm just saying, it seems like there's just no men out here that want to be men and build things. I mean, I don't know how to build everything. I couldn't go build a bridge, but, you know, I could learn. There's, you know, there's people that know how to do it. It's just that I don't think the younger crowd wants to do it. But there may be hope for the U.S. I recently heard a quote that it takes 18 years to make an 18-year-old. And that means that it takes time to rebuild and restructure. So if we're gonna rebuild our industrial strength and be able to actually support ourselves, you know, with the rare earths and basically the things that we've been stripped of, the ability to produce on our own, for reasons I'm not going to get into, but you know, it's political. I'm not really a political person. I don't really get into it. I don't really care. I just observe what's around me and just try to project a little bit on, you know, what's going on with it. But if we're going to turn things around, it's going to take a long time, is what I'm saying. And the place to start is with young men, because these men out here working in their 20s and 30s, they're probably never going to want to go and do anything manual. They're going to be stuck in a office job the rest of their lives. If they're lucky, they'll get a 401k and, you know, not die poor. That's my take on it. Because you can't work yourself into financial freedom these days. I just don't think that's possible for most, because everything's too expensive and the pay is too low. But anyway, the manual labor crowd, in my opinion, very soon will take over as a rare breed, a rare form of human, and will be very highly sought after and very well compensated. That's my theory and my thought on the near future, in the next, you know, 10 to 20 years of society, what's going to happen. Because AI is going to take over most of what's happening in the digital world, but we still have manual labor jobs that will need to be performed. So those are all still going to be there, the manual labor work. And kids that are being born now and going through school now, I have a grandson who's 3, and I want to teach him the value of using your hands. You know, I'm sure his dad does too. But how do you do that? Like, how do you, I mean, I don't know if it's going to happen naturally. It might, because AI is gonna make a lot of jobs non-existent, where you're not even going to think about it. It's just going to be a job that's already done by AI. So nobody will even think about giving that job to a human. So things, I think, will become more manual, which is not a bad thing. Just it's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds and how that comes into play. So anyway, I'm going to get back to waiting for my inspector to show up. I don't know where he is. He could be stalking the grounds as we speak, but hopefully he calls me soon so I don't have to wait here all day, because I got plans. I want to do other stuff. I want to go out and have some fun. You know, go... I got a new drone. I want to go let it follow me around and see how it looks. Take some video and, you know, get out and enjoy some Florida sunshine and some Florida air. Yeah, like I want to go ride my dirt bike around, and I don't know, maybe take my mountain bike out, work on my truck, work on my Jeep, do something besides sit around and wait for this inspector guy. So anyway, if you got anything out of this, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. I appreciate it. Hit that notification bell. Who knows, I might start posting more videos, but I don't usually go on like this and, you know, post my direct thoughts from like a first person point of view, but just been on my mind lately, so I figured I'd talk about it a little. Maybe it's on other people's minds too. So tell me what you think in the comments section and let me know. Maybe I'm missing something. Tell me something I don't know. I'm always willing to learn and to listen. So you know, who knows, maybe this will hit the right ears and we can have a conversation about it or a chat about it or learn something, you know, never know. I'm not saying that, you know, you're only valuable if you produce. In fact, part of my life has been spent just trying to be comfortable with just being comfortable with being in existence, which is something that's very difficult, because the mindset that I've had and that I've learned and that I've grown up with is that if I'm not useful in some way, then I'm not valuable. And that's not, to me, that's not the mindset that is what makes us deeply spiritual human beings. We don't necessarily have to be valuable, but in society, we sort of value ourselves on, you know, on how much we contribute to society, which is fine. That's good. But in other realms and at the end of the life of a human, I don't think that's what we're necessarily going to value our lives on. Yes, if you're highly influential, a lot of people are going to show up at your funeral and say you were a great person, but that's not what truly matters. In my opinion, what truly matters in the end, and this is a total switch from the gist of the video, but what truly matters in the end is if you are spiritually at peace. So total switch from the idea of what I posted the video about, but that thought just kind of came to mind, and just to kind of throw out there that I'm not like I'm not a person that believes that if you don't produce something as a human, that you're not valuable, because there is like I said, there is the spiritual realm, where you're actually more at peace if you're just comfortable with being in existence, which is a whole other rabbit hole of thoughts and theories and ideas that I could go down, but it's a big topic, and I don't know if I should have opened that can of worms on this video, but I did. So I'll throw that out there. And so there's a couple of different topics to look at. So as you know, as human beings, I sort of attribute, you know, physical freedom with spiritual freedom. To me, they're sort of one and the same. I mean, I hold spiritual freedom a little bit with a little more. I regard it a little higher. It's also harder to attain because we tend to work on physical freedom a lot more than spiritual freedom. So it's more on our minds. It's at the forefront. The spiritual freedom in my life has largely gone overlooked and neglected, and you know, so that's part of the reason I focus on it, and why I felt, you know, necessary to bring it up for this, because it's always necessary to bring it up in any setting, and you know, any You know, it fits everywhere, in my opinion. So, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's the beauty of the spiritual world. I don't have to know. So in the world where I produce, I tend to have to know, but not in the spiritual world. I don't have to know. So it's just a different spin on things. It's a different speed, and you know, hopefully somebody gets something out of it. So like I said, I appreciate y'all listening. Catch you later.